When I bend down, you could hear the dang on thing undo. Ah. Is that what it is? Like my ear is fat, and so my thing gotta like hook on some fat. Hey. Y'all, I got on this waist trainer. Your girl has a waist. Hey, Cassie, how you boo? Hey, where you been, girl? Girl, I got on this waist trainer. I don't got it like snatched all the way around, but you can see a little bit of a waist. It ain't even. How you been, girl? I hope you've been doing good. Working too hard, girl. I've been hearing that from a couple of people, and I'm on my way back to work, and I cannot wait, girl. That's all I'm going to do. That's all the freak I'm going to do. Come through, waist. There she is. I knew she had one somewhere. I knew it was one somewhere. Who else is live right now? It must got to be some other people live. Hey, kiddo, babe. Or the damn notifications ain't working. Hold on. Let me see. Y'all had just threw my hair in a ponytail because I was running out the house. Well, I'm glad to see you, Cassie. Just pace yourself, babe. Thank you. I did a little eyeshadow tutorial earlier. Just a quick little eyeshadow something. Quick little something something for a couple people who asked. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see who else is live. The notifications must not be going out. Let me see. Well, I'm actually early for my live, and I'm usually late. Kiddo, you crazy. You crazy. I went and got my ice. Well, anyway, though, okay, so I didn't go live earlier because QB was live, and I was in and out of his live a little bit, but then I was trying to do a couple little pre-recorded things that people have requested, so it looks like those are showing up now. So I was like, while I'm kind of like watching his live, then I can, you know, do my little pre-recorded stuff. Thank you, kiddo. Thank you, babe. So, oh, Rita was live. I'm telling you the thing to do. The thing to do, crazy Rita. I watched her for a little bit. Did you? Oh my God, Rita been going in lately. She been getting back to regular Rita, and I've been loving it. I've been loving it. I missed her today though. She must have. Let me see. She must have went live like. Well, what? I've been gone for a couple hours. So, what the hell was that? What the nowhere. What the fuck? Was that a spider? Y'all know how spiders like drop down? Girl. She was roasting somebody, but I don't know who. That's what I think it was Nicole Tyler by the name of her title, because Nicole Tyler been trying to sing, act like she can sing better than Phi Babe. Nicole Tyler and Heidi Fly has been linking up lately, Cassie, and they've been going in on everybody. Everybody who ain't on their team, they've been going after them together. Um, so yeah, yeah, I figured that, Cassie. That's why I'm. Yeah, I don't watch them too much neither. I mean, they're not concrete people that you can really watch. Um, um, that you can really, like they. No, I actually just got back. I just got back. I'm not going anywhere today. Nope, I ain't doing nothing really. It's a nice day outside though. I was thinking about going to the park, walking around just to get out the house, but I don't got nothing to do. Hey, German lady, how you doing, boo? Hey, Kay, how's your day going? Exactly, my kiddo. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I want to ask Heidi is, Heidi, what? And thank you, y'all, for like who liked the video. Heidi, what school system did your daughter grow up in? What school system taught your daughter? Because you're welcome, German lady. Because you seem to, I mean, it seems like you have this love, this like overwhelm, and not, I shouldn't say overwhelming for your child, because for your child it never should be enough. It's unconditional. No love is greater for your child. But it seems like when you're speaking about your son versus your daughter, and I know your son is a lot younger and your daughter is grown now, but I almost wonder, did you have the same passion for when your daughter was young? Was your daughter, did your daughter get have you to fight for her the way that you fight for your son? Was your daughter in private schools, in a better neighborhood? Like, I would like to know, what conditions did you raise your daughter in? Because, see, here's the thing about life. we should always be striving to be better, okay? You don't want to stay stagnant. You don't just want to be content. You should always be looking to be better in some way or form in your life, okay? So just saying that to say, it is known that Heidi, she grew up in not so good conditions. She knows something about the street life. She's lived that life. And we also know that her daughter is grown. How old her daughter is, I don't know. But I think Heidi is about my age. And so that would mean that Heidi was a pretty young mother. I don't know if she was already grown when she had her daughter, or if she was a teenage mother, because again, I don't know how old her daughter is exactly. But what I'm saying is, when you had your daughter 20 plus years ago, I'm just guessing if her daughter is about 20 years old or more, a little less, I don't know. Um, did you have these same conditions? Did you have the same financial status? Because I know you said your husband you've only been with for about 7 years. So now I know because of him, I know that she tries to do her own thing financially and stuff like that. Hey, Kimberly, babe. I think she's 21. She's in college. Okay. So yeah, so 20 years ago, 22, 21 years ago, were you paying for private schools? What neighborhood did you raise your daughter in? I would just like to know, because just because you may be doing better than you were before doesn't mean that you can talk down on people just because you feel like you're up here and they're down here. Okay? Because it seems that she's talking about Five Abe's daughter's school system, because of the 50 cent thing. But then you are bragging about paying for school and your son going to school with certain different races, and your son's school being, I guess, in a better neighborhood and stuff, but yet you're also complaining about how they wouldn't help him open his lunch. So what exactly are you paying for? And how does that school that you're paying for and you're bragging on, how does that compare to the public school that wouldn't pay the 50 cents balance on Five Abe's daughter's lunch balance? So you got to kind of like listen to what you're saying when you're going in you're trying to talk down on other people, yet you're making yourself look dumb because you are complaining about how teachers aren't caring, how teachers aren't, how they used to be and this sort of thing, while also talking about how Five Babe should be trying to focus on being better and get her daughter into a better school system. But then you brag that your son is in the better school system, but they wouldn't help him open his lunch. Okay, so she owed a lunch balance, but your son couldn't even get to his lunch, and it's sitting there right there in his lap. So how is that different from being 50 cents short? Because either way, it looks like both children didn't eat on a certain day, on one particular day in school. So, Heidi, you making yourself look real dumb. Okay? You're speaking and, you're speaking out of emotion. Every time it seems like somebody doesn't agree with you or doesn't stand up for you or talk in your favor, you seem to have an issue. Yes, both children were neglected, period. Hey, Reed, how you doing, boo? So, I think she's 21, set it on, okay, Jay Wilson's panel. So, whether if it's a public school system or whether if it's a paid for school system, the point of the matter is that the teacher, the individual, is who makes that classroom special and that situation for that student a different experience. Now, I do agree that teachers are definitely not so invested. They are damn sure not invested. in these kids. Most of them that I have encountered in the last few years are not. That's just what it is. But for you to act like your child has a better situation, but then then complaining in the same sense, but then you're upset with Phi Babe just repeating what you said. All she did was repeat your behavior and things that you stated out of your mouth. Now, she didn't necessarily offer any type of extra, um, any type of extra opinion or personalization on it or anything like that. She mainly, for the most part, just spoke and just repeated the things that you said, and spoke about your behavior, how it was. But as far as the statements that were made, you made those statements. You're upset because somebody chose to repeat them. You should have never made them. Because as my thumbnail says, if you can't take being talked about, you ain't ready to be famous. And from what it looks like, you already feel like you're famous, but you may not be ready for that. You may not be ready, because everybody is not going to agree with you, especially when you acting like a damn fool. You can't control yourself. I mean, is that how you acted in your kid's school when they wouldn't help him open his lunch? Erratic and like just like a fucking clown? Is that how you look and dress? Let me tell you something. People will only respect you as far as you look like you respect yourself. You have to teach people how to treat you. And as bad as it sounds, people judge you from the way that you look. So if you come in somewhere, I mean, you obviously want to be noticed because your dress, your everything, your whole aura is attention. Give me attention. That's what you say when you come on camera, whether if you speaking or not. That's what you are giving. Okay? But what type of attention? Because all attention is not good. And if you want to be taken seriously, if you want to be treated with respect, and if you want somebody to, especially when you're talking about business, when you're talking about education, and when you are talking about your children's upbringing, those are damn sure three main things that you should be taken seriously about. But if you gonna go around looking like that, if you gonna talk like that, if that's how you are going to act, then you are owed exactly what you're giving. Because you ain't fucking respecting yourself at that point. You ain't taking yourself seriously at that point. So why the fuck should we? So hey Dunja babe, how you doing? Hey Caramel, how you doing, boo? Hey bro and Chad, watching from the bushes. As a product of private school but mom with kids in public school, I'm interested in your perspective on this topic. Thank you, Caramel, because I too I'm a product of public school. My oldest two children went to public school, and my son is in private school right now. And so there's a difference. You can see when there's money involved. But again, people will only respect you as far as you respect yourself. I don't care what money you're paying these people. If you are going to dress a certain way, speak a certain way, you want to come off like this rapper, you want to come off like this, you know what I'm saying, this hip hop star or whatever the fuck you want to come off as. You talking about somebody's titties, but yours is fake. You can't. That's apples and oranges. You can't do that. You can't talk about my saggy titties and you got shit in yours to hold yours up. That's not. Hey Shireen, how you doing, babe? It's just like you don't make no sense. Hey Yolanda, how you doing, babe? Hold on, y'all. Let me text my daughter back real quick. hold on. All right, so look, my daughters went to school for free. I went to school for free. A hot ass mess, Bess. A hot ass fucking mess. Looking like a whole circus fucking clown. Bitch got on every color in the motherfucking rainbow. Got a whole motherfucking car windshield sitting on your motherfucking face. You know what I'm saying? You got a damn captain's hat on. Look like you motherfucking, you about to go sail the fucking ship somewhere in the damn Caribbean, bitch. And then you want somebody to take you fucking serious. Talking about school. And then not only did you, it's like, did you really want to be taken serious? Because, hey Sherry, how you doing, babe? Because you came on there and you went straight at an educator. Like you just went straight in at them. Ain't nobody paying no motherfucking attention to you. You just went in with insults. Again, you will get the respect that you give. See, here's the thing with me. I'm the type of person like I off top, I try to take people at face value, okay? If you tell me something, I believe you. If you know what I'm saying? You say something, you tell me something, I believe you. Whatever I see right off top, I just try to take it at that until I see different. You know what I'm saying? And that's just pretty much how I am. Respect, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you how I want to be treated from the beginning. That's what I'm about. Okay? But real early on, people will just chop that. People will like make you just strictly just say, no way, fuck it, I'm cool. Okay? And at that point, that respect has to be earned. Okay? After that, if I automatically give you some type of mutual respect, I automatically am courteous. I'm automatically, try to be, nice to you or whatever, kind, understanding, whatever that is. And you just throw it back in my face, or you act erratic or whatever, you're disrespectful, automatically after that it's a no-go, and anything I give you after that has to be earned. That's just how I am. Now, you as an adult have to know how to present yourself in different situations. See, people talked about me because I'm a biracial woman, and I said that I had to learn how to play, or I know how to play different parts at different parts at different times. Okay. You talked about me, but this is what I'm talking about when I say that. You have to know how to deal with different people in different situations. Okay? I'm not saying I can strip a color off, or I can like make myself whatever one color and then make myself another color or whatever, or that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I need to learn I figured out how to deal with different people in different types of situations. When I'm at work, if I'm working in the suburbs and it's predominantly white people and they own companies and they are private school children, and they people who live a life that I ain't know nothing about, okay? Yes, I had to level myself with them. Speak on their level, present myself on their level. When you're in their presence, you dress a certain way. Your movement, your just everything about you is a certain way. If you don't know that, you need to learn that. Yes, Shireen. You need to learn that. When you are going to your child's school, You pay these people $10,000 a year to educate your child. How much is it? I don't know how much yours is. That's how much my son's tuition is. These people get $10,000 a year, hey niece, to teach high school. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to have on a decent outfit. My hair is going to be calm. Thank you, Stacy. I hope you're doing okay, babe. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to, you are going to go in there. You're going to look a nice way. Public school. You see mamas coming up to the school. They in their fucking pajamas. They got a bonnet on their head. You know what I'm saying? They standing in the office looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna go like that to my son's school? Talking to priests and these people who got all these damn degrees and all of this shit? No, the fuck I'm not. Bitch, you gonna have on some decent shoes. You gonna have on a clean, unwrinkled shirt. You gonna have on some nice pants. You might have a damn dress on and a cardigan. And bitch, your hair back in a ponytail. And you got a little nice dainty earrings. And you know what I'm saying? Depends on what you're going up there to do. But you have to adapt to the situation. I'm not going to go up there with all these different loud ass colors on and gold and you know what I'm saying, loud ass makeup and all this jewelry and I'm loud and no. Am I saying don't be yourself? I'm not saying don't be yourself. I'm just saying don't scare the fucking people off, okay? All I'm saying is go up there, handle your motherfucking business, and then get the fuck out their way. Hey, Sam, how you doing, babe? April, you right about that. Teachers give you the same energy you give them. Don't piss off a teacher because they spend 7 hours a day with your child. Most are there to help and will meet you halfway. Absolutely. Absolutely, we all do, April. We have the public self and private self. Yeah. Everyone acts in a different manner according to the situation. They should, Sherry, but some need to learn. Exactly, and there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that I can be ghetto, middle class, or professional when I need to be. And that's it, Yolanda. That's it. It's called conforming to society. That's it. K-grad school, private school, it, however, is a well-known fact that public school teachers are more well-educated. Wow, see? I didn't know that. Right, German lady, you can adapt. I worked in a very white industry and I knew how to code switch at the drop of a hat. I'm telling you, I would never. You will screw it up for your child. You will screw it up for your child. See, like Caramel said, these people spend 7 hours a day with your child. Sometimes more if your child is in a tutoring or if your child is in some after school activities, sports, or whatever. Like, these people are with your child really a lot more than you are. If you think about sleep time and shit, like the time that they are awake, I would say pretty much for the majority of the day that your child is awake, they are at freaking school. Because what? For school, you get up about an hour, maybe 2 hours ahead of time, maybe. Probably that hour and a half before school. You know what I'm saying? Your child, the whole day done went by. Your child comes home. What is it? Homework, eat dinner. You know what I'm saying? Couple hours is bedtime. So for the most part, except for on the weekends, these people are with your child most of their waking time of the day. And you go up there acting crazy, looking crazy, acting like because you pay a certain amount, somebody owe you something, acting like because whatever, just you're entitled or somebody owe you some period, or your child is just so much. If you act with them teachers, like how you act on here about your son, like your son is just, you know what I'm saying, he needs it all, fuck these other kids, my prince, you know what I'm saying? You fucking it up for your kid because this person is with your child all of this fucking time. Trust and believe. It's just like you can't turn off your motherfucking emotions and you don't know how to shut your shit off. Just trust and believe that it may be a teacher That may just be like, this bitch get on my motherfucking nerves. I don't know who the fuck she think I am. And ignore your child on purpose, treat your child bad on purpose, give them bad grades on purpose, just any of that shit, or just flat out, just when they do need help, just no, don't do it. Not even that they don't even try to do nothing on purpose, but just don't even try to help them out, period. Don't think that won't happen. No pom pom shorts. No, not right now, girl. I would been outside and came back in. Some teachers dress crazy. Some teachers do dress crazy. And some teachers, hey Lisa, how you doing, babe? Some teachers dress crazy. Some teachers don't know how to act. And hey Veronica, babe, there is absolutely exceptions for, every situation. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? This is a person that is with your child for 9 months out of the year, 5 days out the motherfucking week. All damn day. Okay? Learn how to speak with them people. Learn the people. Learn the game. Handle your motherfucking business and get out them people face. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to be an attention-seeking whore that is just all about your kid. Because let me tell you something. I think Heidi said her son is 6 years old. So that means he's coming out of that toddler babying stage. The way that Heidi acts here online, I would almost imagine that she probably has babied that boy to the max. And you got to understand that when them kids go off into school, ain't nobody babying these kids. Now, it ain't like they getting dogged. But you gotta learn why do he got a lunch that he can't open? What was it? Because that don't even sound right anyway. Was it a Lunchable? Something that's maybe hard to pull? You know your child. Why wouldn't you pack to help him? Why would you just automatically assume that he's going to go to school and have another mothering figure? Now, am I saying the lady shouldn't have helped him open his lunch? No. I think that's fucked up. That she didn't just take her time to just rip the thing off or whatever it was. But I'm also saying that you can't just expect your child to go to school and be treated like he's the only child in the room, like he's at home and you're there to cut up his stuff for him and tie his shoes and make sure, no, like when you go off to school, okay, you are going to another part of the world. You're learning socialization. You're learning. Okay, that's what it's about. It's not about getting stuff done for you. It is about learning how to adapt to the world, how to do things on your own without being told, without being done for you. Yes, you look nice in church on Sunday. Thank you. Sitting quietly and listening as people are supposed to when attending church. Thank you. Thank you, babe. We are like their second parent. Yeah. 10 minutes before school starts, right? Private school teachers are not required to have bachelor degrees in some cases. Some private religious schools are exempt. Yeah, because I know my son's school, a lot of those teachers in there have PhDs, doctorates, all of that. My sister-in-law is the principal at the #1 ranked school in city, a public magnet. Oh, wow. I got to catch my flight. Okay, Britt. Okay, niece, babe. See you later. Have an awesome day. Hey, Mindful Empress. I have 4 kids, ages 23 to 11. We've done public, private, and charter schools in California, Alaska, and now Colorado. Your presence and attitude often determines how your child is treated. Oh, absolutely. See, and I've done the charter schools as well. So, yes, teachers care about students who have caring parents. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you. Because I'm going to tell you something. When a teacher knows, hey, Lisa Mac, how you doing, babe? When teachers know that, and it's sad to say, because in some cases, when teachers see that the child isn't getting the attention and the care at home, sometimes that will push them to give that child a little bit extra. But a lot of times the teacher will only care about the child as much as they think that, as much as they feel they're being cared for at home. If they see that the child is just whatever at home, you know what I'm saying? The parent can't wait to drop their kid off at school, leave them there as long as possible, have them home as less as possible, ain't helping with no homework, ain't coming to no meetings, ain't dressing them, ain't none of that or whatever. A lot of times the teachers don't give that child that much. It's sad. These people eat up everything they are fed. Yep. Girl, this topic is so sensitive when I talk kindred. Oh my goodness. Did you? You taught kindergarten? My older three were all in gifted services, but my youngest has special needs. I let them know up front I'm my child's number one advocate, but I'll be the school's best friend. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Because when you have parents and teachers that work together, that is, the child gets the maximum. The child gets the maximum and has the highest success rate at that point, because the teachers, the more that they know the child, the more that they can help the child, because everybody does not learn the same. There's so many different personalities in this classroom, so it's like, a lot of times, as a teacher, you're only one person and you got 20 to 30 people looking back at you. You're going to do what works the best. But is that going to be what works for all? No, it's not. So if you are, as a parent, you're involved as well, and that teacher knows, that it may be your child, it may be another child, but you kind of know how the child works, what he does at home, how he acts in certain situations, whatever the case may be. That does help that teacher a whole hell of a lot, because if they don't know, they're only going off of the student themselves. And a lot of times a child, can they express why they do what they do, or anything? Do they even feel like they should even be giving that information or having that conversation? No, they don't. And the teacher usually just uses like the things that usually work, for the most part, but they can only do what they can do unless they have that help and that extra information and that support behind them. No, I mean, don't go to the school with pump. Oh no, no, I ain't gonna do that, girl. No. Kindergarten, my students would call me mom because they were with me most of the day. See, oh my God. Spoiled kids got it hard in school. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Because they go to school and they feel like they're going to get treated like they get treated at home. And it's like, no, no. Hey, Magnolia Boo. He's probably spoiled with no social skills. Uh-huh. Because that's another thing. When you're spoiled and you're closed in and, everything's done for you, and then, on top of you not socializing or being around other kids and stuff like that, it was a Ziploc bag. Okay, Ziploc bag. Well, yeah, that was dumb as fuck that lady didn't open that damn bag. Milk can be hard to open. Yeah, milk can be hard to, yep. You hear parents say they can't wait for school to start. What do you think teachers feel? Let me answer that. They have 20, 35 of those that can't wait to send to send them back home to you. I'm telling you. Thanks for educating the babies. Both of my sisters are in early child education too. I could never. Man. You are teaching them to be self-sufficient. Parents expect you to cater to their kids and only their kids. Yeah. They expect you to, They expect you to, and even if the teachers, they're not going to be mean to the kid, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? No, you can't send your child to school thinking, you know what I'm saying, this is everything going to be done for me. No. I helped all of my students and purchased extra snacks and paid for several students' lunches for the whole year. Oh my goodness. See, that's so awesome. That's what a lot of teachers don't do these days. Most children have lunch in the lunchroom. There is one attendant per 30 or more children. They don't have time to open lunches. Yep, Yolanda, that's true. My daughter doesn't eat school lunch, but I always pack her too so she can share. Aw, yes, because you never know. Hey, 6 or 7, how you doing, babe? Because you never know what the other kids have. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't sound like something a teacher would do though. I can't see a teacher refusing to help a child with opening lunch. I wonder if lunchtime was over before the child asked or whatever. That's awesome. That is an awesome observation, Sherry, because that's another thing. Like the fuck, hey babe. Okay, thank you for popping in. Hey Library, how you doing, babe? We just kind of touching on Heidi and the school situation where she was talking about how teachers aren't caring and they wouldn't help her son open his lunch. And she kind of down Five Babe's daughter and down Five Babe's daughter's school. Not only Five Babe, but her daughter's school, which is she's assuming is public, because I don't know if it's public or private. That she should be focusing on trying to get her daughter a better education as far as private school goes. But then she also complained about her son, who is in private school, couldn't get help to get his lunch opened. So it's just like she just sounded dumb to me. Of this conversation. Thank you for bringing light to this discussion. Thank you. You're welcome, babe. I just know how it be. I can't stand to see a child not eat. I'm telling you. I can't either. Listen, y'all, I have always been the house where my kids' friends come over. Also just feeding kids and stuff or whatever, cooking. They come over and eat. Really anybody, you know what I'm saying? I've just always been that person. I've been the house where the kids can come stay the night on the weekends, or they can come stay on a school night because I'm gonna make sure they get to school. Just all of that. Just I've always been that house because, and my oldest is 25, my son is 15, so I've been doing that for a long time, and I don't mind it because you know even with me working all them years and stuff or whatever, I'm home at night, kids is gonna eat. It's always food in the house. It's always a clean, warm place to sleep, place to live. My kids go to school. If it's school, the kids gonna be there. It's very rare because my kids have never just really been sickly or nothing like that. Thank you. I'm blessed for that. So yeah, my kids are in school every day for the most part. I could there are still some teachers who get summer jobs just to buy school supplies and snacks for kids who have nothing. But when the government started cutting teachers' benefits, teachers cut back. Yes. And that's the crazy thing too, because it's like why teachers, these are our next generation who are going out into the world to be people. Why would you cut their benefits back? Of all people, of all jobs, of all professions. Public schools offer better pay and benefits. The educators also have a much higher percentage of master's degrees. Education professionals go where the compensation and highest for the work. Now, I didn't know that. But that would almost make sense because, private schools, for people to have to pay for their child to go to that school, then I guess that means less kids because less people want to pay for their kids to go to school or can pay. What I don't like is when the school staff only knows the children who misbehave and don't recognize the hardworking. Right, Veronica. Those damn nails. It's so many kids in a class. So many. Was a wonderful teacher. She actually loved her students so much. I was jealous. She was one of a kind. That's crazy. That's awesome. And see, that is the thing. Like, hey, sweet, merciful. There there's still a lot of good teachers out there. It's just like Yolanda said, their benefits get cut back. They're not getting treated well. And not to say because they're not getting treated well that it should be passed down to the kids. But it's just like, that's a lot because, a lot of times their work day isn't over just because the bell rung and the kids go home. Their work day isn't over. Um, it's just, yeah. And even being off, during when school months are off, being off, you know what I'm saying? Like if their benefits are getting cut back and stuff or whatever, that means they're getting paid less on those off months, you know? Work for a school district, and that's exactly what I did. IEPs for children. I said that kid probably wasn't hungry. Little kids don't be liking to eat. See, and that's one thing too. They'd rather be playing around. Could have been playing around and wanted this stuff, and lunch was over. It could have been that, right? I miss her badly. She has specialists in special education plus other degrees. She adored her kids. Those were her kids. Aw. I gave up my teacher's license to start my own business. The children I could deal with, but the parents, the administration, and the crippled government were too much. Still an educator on my own terms. See, Yolanda, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. I was gonna say that, like when I was saying that their days don't end when the school even like they got a planning period 30 minutes. Like a lot of times teachers are doing stuff on their lunch, grading papers or doing stuff for the classroom. I always fix my kids' lunch. I had to fix my lunch for work, so it was easy. Yep, see? And that's, I don't, kids, especially like my son's in high school, like they be wanting to buy lunch and stuff, but I be telling him, like, boy, even junior high or whatever, the best lunches is what you take. You can take what you want to eat. Like, why wouldn't you pack your lunch? He learning now though, cause shit, every day, like, and they didn't upped his lunch. Like they upped their tuition this year. They upped their lunch cost. Like, in order for them to get like a sandwich and something on the side and a drink, like the drinks, I think they up like I think a drink is almost $2 now. I don't know. He was telling me, and I was just like, you would run a wonderful nursery school, April. You know what, Kay? I thought about daycare and stuff. I actually looked into that. There's good money in it. But yeah, yeah, it's a lot of stuff I've looked into. That's a blessing. My son keeps perfect attendance. Thank goodness we are blessed that they are. I'm telling you, Crystal, I'm blessed in that department. A kid or that has a disability or illness or anything like that. I mean, that's even something more to deal with, and God bless the parents who, you know, they take care of their kids and stuff like that. But Sherry, did it happen? Some teachers have 24 to 30 kids in the classroom. Yep. The restroom and maybe make a few copies of conference with a parent or colleague. Oh my goodness. I try to fix lunch every day, lol, but a day or two we are all buying lunch. Right, Caramel. It starts at home. It does start at home. It does. Hey, the soap, how you doing, babe? It starts at home. And okay, Dunja, a lot of times and like that's what I'm saying. If you just, I mean, you can treat your kid how you want to and love them down to their socks or whatever at home, but you also have to kind of like let them be kind of independent and have that and that self sufficiency as well, because when they go to school and they feel like everything is, they so used to everything being done for them, it's like, yeah, I mean, it just goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. The more education that you have, the more money that you can make in public schools. In private school, the overhead is more. Usually the school is attached to a church and the parents pay for it. And well, there you go, Yolanda. There you go. That's my situation. When we clock out, we are still working. Yep. Yes, it's tough being a teacher at times. Smaller classrooms and better pay needs to be a priority, but it doesn't seem to matter. More funding is needed. It is, Sherry, but I'm gonna tell you what's taken away from the funding as well. Hey, 23, how you doing, boo? What's taking away from the funding for public schools, really now more than ever, is the charter schools. The charter schools are taking away from the funding for public schools because and it's so sad because you see the public schools, like they used to have sports, they used to have extracurricular stuff, even the music departments. You don't see the music department in a lot of public schools anymore. No sports, no tutoring. It's just minimum. You in school and you out. Um, and the funding like from governments and stuff is going to these charter schools now, and these charter schools are just passing these kids along because as long as they keep that A+ grade for the state, they'll continue to get that funding. I really think a lot of charter schools should be audited, and if they are audited, I think it needs to happen more often because yeah, they deserve to make son. Her son is very shy and suffers from anxiety. Oh wow, see. But then it's like, why is that at such a young age? Is it because, well, I mean, shy I can understand because, plus he's the only kid in the house. He probably isn't around a lot of other kids and stuff like that. Um, but anxiety, I don't know. It's just like is part of that because he's not used to being around people that much or whatever. So when he's around people or in public settings and stuff like that, it's kind of overwhelming to him. But that's what I mean. Take your kids out. Do play dates, play groups. I believe in Head Start. I believe in the Head Start program because it teaches your child. It gives them that school setting and that social setting as early as 3 years old. So, I mean, if you don't like your child in daycares, that's okay. But once they turn 3 years old, it's like send your children to Head Start or even some type of pre-K or whatever because once you get into regular school, these teachers have enough. Hey, KK, how you doing, boo? Hope you've been okay, hon. These teachers have a lot on their plate, and they really can't, kind of coddle a child who is like really just coming out the womb or just coming out of the home into like, okay, we're from home, infant stage, bam, here you go to the real world. And it's like a shock value, and it's just like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Where is that middle ground at? They deserve to make so much more than they do. Teachers impact the lives of all future leaders. They do. And that is a strong statement, Kay. Very strong statement. Teachers impact the lives of all future leaders. All. Because I don't care if you chose to drop out sometime in high school. I don't care if you chose not to get your diploma. I don't care if you became a teenage parent. I don't care what happened when you were in your years into coming of age or just coming into age, those pre-years or teenage years. But from a child on up, you experience a teacher at some point. You experience school at some point. Everybody has. Every single person has. I don't care if you chose to homeschool your child. At some point, they most likely was in school and with the teacher before you chose that. You have to really love this type of business to stay in it. The stress is crazy. Listening to people tell you that you make too much money and work too little. Oh my goodness, Yolanda. Girl, yes, 23. Thank you for coming by. What's the news, KK? What's going on? Much love to the chat. I was not a teacher. I was tracking behavioral problems and doing assessments. but you still supported the children. No art classes. Thank you, the soap. They done took art. Like that's crazy. And which is so crazy because with the rise of social media and social media becoming a stream of income for a lot of people, art is more important to have in school than ever because it is a form of art at some music too. You know what I'm saying? Like even if they would substitute it for maybe like a social media class um or some type of I don't know, something to take that out, but no art, no music, even gym, physical education. They cut that down to like maybe 2 or 3 days a week. That's not even every day. It's just a shame. Like the schools, like remember how I told you I was pregnant? Uh huh. Yep. Okay. I remember they are cutting all of that. Here, the school system added longer school days, but cut back the number of school days when more days are needed. We have a minimum of 180 days, full days required. What? Oh my God. Sure, why some of these people think and believe that YouTube is their psychologist and psychiatrist. Oh my goodness, pre-K helps 100%. Put them in at 3 years old. I'm telling you, I did too. Yeah, I ain't play no games. Now, my daughter, Kiana, she, hey now one, how you doing, babe? Oh no, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kay. I hope you okay, babe. I hope you okay. Oh, well, just know that everything happens for a reason, babe. Everything happens for a reason. We need the teachers and aides. The co-teachers and teacher aides back in the classroom. Thank you. Do you know that even doing like externships, like colleges doing externships, maybe say like make that a stipulation, like say if you are an education major and you are receiving some type of financial aid from the government or something, that could be a stipulation for your financial aid that you do an externship in the classrooms. That would be so great. You know, maybe for the government to, okay, so they cut this on the teacher back, but they're giving this. You know what I'm saying? And like maybe like when the student is, in their last year or something like that before they graduate, then they you know what I'm saying, then they go and they be in the classroom and stuff helping out teachers, putting them in different classrooms and stuff, maybe special, depending on what they specialize in or whatever. But that would be an awesome thing for the government to maybe like hand over one for the other. You know what I'm saying? Don't just take and snatch every fucking thing and not give anything, not put anything in there to substitute. It just sucks because we both got, aw, it's okay. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. Don't be depressed. Please don't be depressed. Just understand that everything happens for a reason. Okay? And it's just maybe not the time. And maybe it's time, just for you to focus and do other things. And you're still very, very young. You're still very young. It'll definitely happen when it's meant to happen, babe. That's awesome. Yeah, see, you guys will be okay. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. Just sometimes when you're trying too hard or you're looking for something, it doesn't happen when you want to, but as soon as you let it go and as soon as you let it go and let it off of you, it'll just boom, it'll just happen out the blue, so yeah, I mean, you're so young, you got your whole life ahead of you, babe. So you will definitely, it'll happen when it's supposed to. The USA is so far behind the Asian countries. Most of those students attend 8 hours a day minimum. They learn in 3D and 4D. They leave high school ready to work. We are losing. I'm telling you. That's awesome, Kay. That's awesome. Yeah, y'all. I think like maybe, like because they're even trying to do something with financial aid for college and stuff like that, trying to cut into that. I think that it should be a stipulation, an education major. They should do some type of externship in schools, be a teacher's assistant, get some hours in that way to help offset their loans or offset the benefits that they have taken from teachers. I think if they're taking something, they should be giving something as well. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, okay. I mean, you know what? Life, the crazy thing about life is we can't always control. A lot of times we don't have no control, hun. A lot of times we have no control. Hey, Cynthia. Handle things with compassion. Teachers in Florida work and internship the last six. Oh, do they in Florida? Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah, I think that's an awesome idea. That see, that's what I mean. Yes, a master's degree can be over 40K. See what I'm saying? And a lot of so many people. I'm just stuttering. So many people need financial aid to even go to college. So, while they're taking things from the teachers who are doing all of this work, why not put something in place of it? Why not put some, because it's the government who has that control. We just moved in together and he proposed to me and that. Aw. Well, there you go, because that should happen before a baby anyway, honey. All right? That should happen before the baby, okay? So maybe it's meant for you to just take that step first. You learn a lot about a person once you live together and once you're married to them. We have been losing. The idiot box and social media have been our teachers, unfortunately. Thank you, kiddo. And that's why I'm saying about social media. Like, if you gonna take the music and the art and everything and gym and everything else out of the freaking schools, why not put some type of social media course or class in the damn school? Because shit, that's what the fuck is taking over. Teach people how to use it properly. Use the social media for not social media for education, but like even the internet was created for informational purposes. The internet was created originally to connect different parts of the world and be able to have information at your fingertips. And people have turned it into this thing that is like just fixed on being social and bullshit, basically. Um, it's like, yeah, been behind. Lord Jesus. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go spend time with the babe. Okay, babe. Thank you, Kay, for checking in. Thank you. God bless you, babe. Been behind. So yeah, y'all. I mean, I would just say that and what's so crazy is that there's some great ideas that can be out there, but the people who are in charge of making the shit happen, they do what the fuck they want to do. So it's like, it's like almost like just falling on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't even know how to propose something like that to the government. I mean, that's not something that I've ever looked into, but it's just like something needs to happen, because at the end of the day, you can't go without a teacher. You can't go without a teacher. You can't go without education. You cannot go without a school. No matter what people want to do, they want to make these internet schools. They want to do this homeschooling shit. It's just the dumbing down. It's like just the dumbing down of America is what it is. Um, yeah, yeah. So, California has some of the worst public schools in the nation. Well, I know that every high school in my city now is has a failing rate. Every high school. We had one last year that was passing, and now every high school. And they do this dumb shit. Like they'll tear down the old buildings and build these new buildings that are smaller and more compact and just dumb shit. Like they just dump all this money into dumb shit. And hey, Yvette, how you doing, boo? They on fire. They on fire. I'm getting ready to end this live because we pretty much focused on, but we focused on. We had an important conversation. But I'm getting ready to get into the mess. I'm glad that this conversation turned into what it turned into because it's something that needs to be had. Um, Sorry, my daughter. Hey, go get it. How you doing, boo? Um, Same here in Alabama. Oh Lord, yes, I'm closing shop early, so I am done with work in 15 minutes. April, I'll see. Okay, boo. See you in the mess, Yolanda, babe. All right, y'all. Yeah, we gonna get on off of here. I don't know, y'all. Maybe we should. I don't know. I'm thinking something needs to happen. Hey, Foxy Lady. If you've been keeping track of Nicole Tyler and Boss Lady B, Boss Lady really dragged Nicole Tyler so bad. Boss Lady need to snatch all of Nicole Tyler's little piece of old ass edges she got hanging off her her stuff. Y'all, I'm gonna go skip around the YouTube streets and go see what's going on, and I'm gonna be back on in about. I'm gonna come back on at 6 o'clock because I see QB is live, and then I'm gonna go skip around and see these videos, and I'm gonna schedule a live. Check Billy. She went in too. Okay, all right. Let me go ahead and go mosey on around and see what's going on, y'all. And then we gonna come back because everything is not for everybody. So we gonna do a part 2 on Joyce. Ooh, I got it. Okay, yeah. I'll be back, y'all. 6 o'clock. That's about 25 minutes. 6 o'clock. I'm about to schedule it right now.